welcome to another episode of Barefoot Travels, coming to you from windy Dominican Republic. There's no storms or anything going past, it's just really windy today, and it's been windy for the past like 4 days, so it's kind of crazy. There goes Davy in the background. So this week's episode is another one of Erica's Corner, or Girls on Boats. I still haven't come up with a name for it yet. But in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the 5 must-have products that you should have on a boat. So after living on board for quite a while, we've figured out kind of what works and what doesn't. And I would say, from experience, that there's 5 items that I have to have on board to make my cruising life that much better. We are Erica and Davy, an adventurous, slightly crazy couple who has taken on the challenge that is a hurricane-damaged catamaran. We are travelers. Combined, we have traveled to over 50 countries, experienced amazing cultures, and we cannot wait to explore more on our boat. We are still the world's slowest power cat right now until we can find the perfect rig for Barefoot. Subscribe to our channel to follow our journey. Take a chance. You never know how perfect something may turn out to be. So obviously you don't have to have these items in order to cruise, but they are nice things that make life that much better. Okay, so starting out, my first item on this list is a compact fridge freezer. So behind me here we have our new addition to Barefoot, our compact fridge freezer. This guy is awesome. So it can work as either a fridge or a freezer. Set Power is a great company. It holds a decent amount of stuff inside. Right now we have it set as a fridge, but it also works as a freezer. So when you go off to places like the Bahamas and you want to stock up on as much food as possible before cruising the islands, having one of these is a game changer. It allows you to bring that much more food with you on your trip. So it is definitely a must-have in my opinion. So here on Barefoot, we love these things so much, we actually have 2. So our second one is a bigger version. We have it down here in the spare bathroom on the port side. Again, Set Power, awesome company, seriously fantastic. This one is even better in the fact that it has 2 sides. So one side can be a fridge, one side can be a freezer. But just having that extra space as a freezer is awesome. You can have your frozen berries, you can have your frozen meats, you can even have ice. How many people can have ice? It's great. I love ice. So one of the nice things about having one of these portable fridge freezers on board is you can move it around the boat as necessary. So you can change up its location. It actually functions as a seat, so we've actually used it playing cards around the table. You can sit on it as another spot. So this model had the option of coming with a little portable power bank. This thing is pretty cool. So this power bank can actually run this freezer for about 8 hours overnight. We've used that feature a couple times now. When it's been really cloudy during the days, we haven't been getting as much power. Today's obviously a little bit different. We've been catching up on our power. But when it's been a bit cloudy and overcast, we've been turning this one off of our 12-volt power overnight and plugging it into this one. So by doing that, you not only save power on your house system, but your food also stays cold. Okay, so item number 2 on this list. It's not a very big item, but it is definitely worthwhile to have. And I consider it one of my must-have items on board. So I have to first take you back. When we first started living boat life, we were in Annapolis. It was back in 2017, and we went to the Annapolis Boat Show. And I saw a stand for this item that I'm going to talk about. And I looked at it and I was like, you're ridiculous. There's no reason in the world that you would need to have something that specific. And turns out, he's right. It actually is one of my must-have items. So when we were at the boat show, I saw his stand. And his stand looked a little bit like this. There was Tupperware everywhere. And his selling point was when you have normal Tupperware, it ends up looking like this in your cupboard. And you have no space for anything and it's impossible to find the lids. So his company and his solution was collapsible Tupperware. So it takes up less space and it's easier to store. So of course, me being a little bit OCD, when we were in Annapolis, I started trying to organize his stand. So I was taking everything and I was putting likes with likes and trying to make it look a little bit more organized. However, after 6 years on boat life, when you're looking for Tupperware, it does kind of end up looking like it does there. So even with it being as organized as it can be, it's still a mess. It's still a disaster. So, hang on, give me a minute here for me to organize. So that didn't take very long, and now all my Tupperware is nicely organized. So now, it fits in my cupboard that much easier. I know it's something small and some people might look at it and be like, really? That's one of your must-haves? But it really is. Without it, I would be cranky. Because on a boat, if you don't live on a boat yet, or if you do live on a boat, you know that storage space is hard to come by sometimes. So I get this tiny little cupboard for my Tupperware. So anyways, I love it. Gotta have it. Must have. See, how good is that? So much in one small little shelf. Okay, so item number 3, you've seen me sit in front of it how many times? Probably once every video. These sunshade materials, I got this one off of Amazon. It cost me $15. It has been a lifesaver, especially living in the Caribbean. It gets hot. The sun is like insane. So these sunshades are amazing. This one, we actually got it when we were here in the Dominican Republic like 3.5 years ago. It's still holding up like perfectly. It's not falling apart or anything. It's been in the wind, rain, tropical storms, minor hurricanes. It has held up really, really well. And it still blocks the sun. So without this, we would melt. It has been, again, a game changer. We do have one of these that's bigger. It was like 20 bucks, and it goes across our like makeshift laundry line on the front of the boat, and that blocks sun for when we have guests come over who maybe aren't used to the sun as much as we are. But that one keeps the front of the boat really cool, which helps keep the entire boat cool. So yeah, another Amazon find that is ridiculously cheap, holds up well under extreme sun conditions, and just makes life better. So it is my 3rd must-have item on board a boat. All right, in this category of sun protection, I am gonna throw out the new product that we've just put on the boat, which is the Easy Snap Sunshade Materials. We've put that on our doors. We're still in testing phases, but it is awesome. I have nothing bad to say about this product so far. So it's not yet on my list of must-haves, but it's getting pretty damn close. So I'm really happy with how that is. Sun protection is key. So the next item, number 4 on this list of must-have items, is another Amazon special. Shocker. So on Boat Life, cushions are insanely expensive. When we were back in the States, we got a quote to do our interior cushions. The quote for doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cushions was $2,600 US. Insane. So that got scratched off the list. Instead, on Amazon, I found these sofa covers that are only about $10 a piece. So I'll just let this do the explaining for you. This is what our cushions look like. They're mismatched. Some of them are just foam. Yes, they look a little bit gross. Some are even 2 pieces mended together. That's the original, which is like the gross pleather stuff that you kind of stick to when salty. And this is the side with the sofa covers on it. I mean, for $10 a piece, you can't go wrong. That makes such a huge difference. Like, that's night and day. Amazing. Crappy. You're probably gonna look at this and be like, that's what you sit on? Yes. I think this shot is self-explanatory as why the sofa covers are a must-have item on this list. Grossness. Beautiful. See? 2, 1. Look at that. That is so much better. You'd never know that our cushions underneath there were gross. So the 5th and final item on this list of must-have things on board is dogs. Because life is so much better when you have a furry friend. And especially when you're traveling around, there's so many experiences that you want to be able to share with them. And this isn't a joke, this is literally serious. Some people may think I'm a bit crazy dog lady, but having your little furry friends on board is definitely a must for me. So here's my little shout out in this video for dogs and cats of the Dominican Republic. If you are looking for a furry friend that you want to take with you on your sailing adventures, or even if you just want to rehome them in Canada, there are so many animals here that need our love and need our help. We've been working hard with Coconut Hound Haven here in Loop Run lately. I've been going out there twice a week and helping walk all the dogs. So there's 70 dogs here that need homes. They're so loving. They have so much to give, and they are looking for their forever homes. So I'm gonna put the information for them in the description below. If you're looking for a new furry friend, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can get a cute little coconut hound like this one. They're so cute. And yes, you may think I'm crazy for saying that dogs is my number 5, but it absolutely is. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. Stay tuned for next week where we're back to boat tours. The Welcome Brigade! That's another reason why you should have dogs on boats, because they greet you with love and wiggly tails.
And security!
And security!
Security! We hear everybody coming! We hear everybody coming!
'Cause I am a barefoot man, barefoot to make my stand. I bare my soul for all the world to see, yeah. I am a barefoot man, feet planted firmly in the sand. Bare your souls, come along with me. Lose your shoes, lose your blues, come along with me.